What's up? It's Cape Sipes Custom Audio Reimagined Day 2 on the Lexus. So we have the vehicle here, and my son was nice enough to come get the seats out for me. Now, this lady has a lot of stuff under her seats. I'm gonna clean that up for her because it's looking kind of rough. So I got the bolts and everything out of the seat, got them unplugged, looked at them, got scared because, yeah, I'm a baby, and I definitely would blow my back out hunching down. This car's like the perfect height to not be able to get the seats out without killing myself. So I had this young, strapping young man come help me, and that's him. Look at him. I know, he looks just like me. We're damn near twins.
In every single way.
Yeah. I mean, basically, if you look, check this out.
It's the same.
It's uncanny. It's like an optical illusion.
It's him. That one's him.
Oh, yeah. This is Cape.
Yeah,
this is Cape Jr. I'm Big Cape. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
He's got the same build as me. It's...
Same voice.
I believe the milkman or the mailman had a good set of hair and might have been skinnier than me. I'm going to have to talk to my wife about this. But back to the car. Here we are. We got the seats. We got our Monster. I swear, if anybody out there has a hookup with Monster, let me tell you how healthy I am. I drink about 3 Monsters a day. I moved over to this recovery stuff because my urine basically looks nuclear orange and kind of brown. So my wife was concerned about my kidneys and me dying of dehydration. So I went to this because I convinced her that this would give me hydration. Yeah, it was kind of pathetic. It was a little bit of begging, but I really just want one of those damn Monster fridges. I don't even give a shit about getting money from them. I just want a Monster fridge in my shop. Always wanted one, but you can't get them. So here we have the seats. They are removed. This is going to be kind of a pain in the ass because what I have to do is change out the bottoms. To change out the bottoms, I need to strip off all the plastic. So I got these little screws here, which is no big deal. The problem comes with these controllers because you've got to take these covers off, or you've got to, it's always a crapshoot. No seats are all the same. So there should be hog rings probably right here, or Velcro. A lot of these have Velcro and you have to be real careful, you'll rip it up. We'll get to that, I'll show it to you when I'm pulling the seats off. Let's get on this thing, get these pulled apart. What I was talking about earlier was hog rings. You see, right down there, you see that ring? That's a hog ring. So inside this fabric, there's this little metal bar. So there's a metal bar here, there's a metal bar running there, right there's the end of it. Metal bar running through. Then there's metal bar down there in the foam. And the hog ring is a ring that goes around it. There's a special gun that's a hog ring gun that can go around and bite. When I redo upholstery, because you have to cut all these hog rings to take it out, put the new one on. I normally don't use hog rings to put the new upholstery back on. I actually use zip ties. You zip tie it down and then make sure you push the actual locking mechanism of the zip tie down towards the bottom. If you don't, someone could feel it in their butt, it'll poke them. The reason I do that is getting in there with a hog ring gun, it's very easy to accidentally get the fabric, especially because you're trying to get in there in this little tight space. And when you go like that to close the ring, you can cut a hole, rip a hole in the fabric real easy. And the zip ties hold just fine. If anybody says you can't use zip ties, they're just being haters. You just got to make sure that you zip tie them down nice and tight and then push those snaps around. It's not going to affect anything. All it is a fastener. So any fastener will work. I did not open them last night and lay them out like I said I would, mainly because I was afraid my cats would lay on it. And I don't know if this customer has a cat allergy. It's the kind of things you have to think about. If my cats were to lay on it, get cat fur on it, I put it in there and then this lady has some kind of crazy reaction or allergic reaction, you know, it's just things you gotta think about. Plus my cats are assholes, so they would definitely sit on it because you put anything down, they'll sit on it. Now the best way to get rid of the hog rings, get yourself a pair of nice Klein cutters. I got these from a guy he's called Padawan. He used to come around the shop a lot. He actually gave me these. They're super nice. These are, I believe, the Kleins. If you use cheap ones, they'll get dull real quick, but these just snip, snip. They cut right through like it's nothing, and then you can pull it out. Of course, this isn't going well. I have the old cover off. So the old cover is right here. It's off. Hog rings and everything cut, you know, good to go. Got the new ones opened up, and yeah, I'm gonna have to steam them because they are super like wrinkly from being vacuum sealed. So in the aftermarket ones, instead of having the rod going through like I showed you in the other ones, you just have this hard plastic and this film, and you put a slice where you're gonna put your zip or your hog tie. It's another reason why I do zip ties, is because hog rings, if you clamp around here with your tool and you bite, it's really easy to just kind of snip that plastic hard piece. Once you do that, there's just nothing holding this down. So you put a little razor and slice and run it through. But here is the problem. Normally, the heated seats are part of the foam, the pad here, right? These were actually sewn to the old cover. So I popped all the stitching and took it off, but these were actually sewed up like this to the cover. I ain't sewing, I'm not a seamstress. I already called the customer and told him, I don't know if I'll have these done today now. All right, so I decided to go ahead and just sew in the heated seat liner because there's just no way to actually fasten it without sewing it in like it was from the other one. So I'm just gonna sit here and keep sewing and you know, work on this seamstress skills. Yeah, and if you think those are my hands, you are silly. This is my wife sewing this in for me because I'm a boy and I don't know how to sew. So thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
Customer, I hope you appreciate this. All right, so back in the shop, and my wife was able to sew the liner just like it was in the factory, so that's very cool. So thank you very much to my wife. She just happened to be home today, and I went home to throw these in the dryer to try and get the wrinkles out. And I was like, hey, you're a girl, don't you know how to sew? Which I know sounded very sexist. But she did. I didn't know she knew how to sew. So I just assumed because she was a girl, but I really figured she'd say no. I mean, we've been together for 24 years. I did not know she could sew. So new skill unlocked for Custom Audio Reimagined, huh? So getting the leather onto the pad is not fun. This is where you want, if you have a young guy in the shop, you really want to have him do it. But basically you, see if I can get in here and show you. It's kind of hard to show. There. So that hard plastic, now you see there's the zip tie. So you put a slice in the little fabric there, run the zip tie around the metal bar that's sewn into the metal or the foam. Then you zip tie it around, and then you end up with it tucked, so it's pulled in. So you see right here, that's pulled down. So then once that wraps around, then we have to hook underneath the frame and hook across the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this wrapped around, get it nice and tight, and then you'll see how it looks. All right, and we got the first cover done. This sucked. Like, this isn't fun at all. I've got the trim, everything on there. So this one is done. I'm gonna run home. My wife sewed the heated pad on the other one. Get this one done, and then in a couple hours, hopefully I'm all finished up here. All right, got both of them done. So now I need to call my son, see if he can come down and put these back in the vehicle for me. Bolt them down, plug them all in, and work on getting this thing completely buttoned up. Finally done. The Lexus ES350 is finished. Seats are back in. Much, much better. Doesn't have a giant rip in it. That one doesn't have ink all over it. Seats are in, radio's done, backup camera's in. Right now I'm just charging the battery up because when they brought it, they said there was a draw, parasitic draw, and there is. I tried to test for it. They've got a 1 amp draw if the card is sitting, so they've definitely got a module that's awake, so they're gonna have to have Lexus, Toyota plug into it, see what module they have going on. But my part is finished. I'm going to go home, I believe it is about 8:30. Well, I'm going to edit this video down so I can get it posted up tonight so you all can see what I did. And then I'm going to go home. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, do whatever you got to do. You got to bump those numbers up, kids. I'm getting old. I need a retirement plan. Thanks for watching.